Please subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video.
Welcome to Mutual Fund Corner. I'm Mangla Malu. With me is Sumaira Abidi. It's that time of the day where we make your money work for you, help you do that. Every Tuesday and Thursday, however, we answer all your mutual fund queries and equip you with wealth, equip you to create wealth with the magic of compounding. We bring you in touch with the top financial advisors who will analyze your portfolio and provide recommendations. Meanwhile, before we go and do that, look at the markets. The Nifty is hovering around that 11,500 mark. The early mid-afternoon blushes have been saved right now, and that is purely courtesy Reliance and HDFC Bank, which has helped Nifty recover from the lows. However, the rupee is still just below that $72 mark, 72 per dollar mark. Some bit of appreciation has come in from there. We will keep an eye out on individual stocks. That it's over to Sumaira, who's sitting in the Mutual Fund Corner.
Mangalam, thanks very much for that. Let's get started. Pankaj Mathpal of Optima Money Managers joins in now to answer the many queries that have been coming in. Pankaj, good afternoon. Thanks much for joining in after quite a long hiatus, actually. So we have a first caller through to us. Rajesh LM is on the line with us from Bengaluru, and he has investments in quite a few funds. So Rajesh, good afternoon. What's your question?
Hi Sumaira, hi Pankaj. So actually I'm investing in 3 mutual funds, and I just want you to review my portfolio. So the first I'm investing in HDFC Top 100, which is 3K per month, and HDFC Mid Cap Opportunities, which is 3K per month, and HDFC, and last one is Mira Asset Emerging Blue Chip, which is 5K per month. So actually I can invest another 5K per month. I just want to see my portfolio and suggest which mutual fund I can invest in. And actually, I don't have any small cap in my portfolio. I just want to know whether I can invest in small cap, or do you have any other fund in your mind?
Okay, so Rajesh, the way I understand it from your question is that you're investing for 2 particular goals, one of them being your child's education, for which you need the money in 15 years, and the other being your own retirement.
Right.
Do you know what's the amount of funds you'd need at both these time periods?
The education, I think I might need around 50 lakhs.
Okay. And for your retirement?
Retirement is another 50 lakhs.
Okay. Pankaj, let me hand this query over to you. I mean, my just 2 bits in. One is that I think maybe for retirement, the corpus seems a little limited, especially adjusted for inflation. But other than that, how does the portfolio look, and can he add a small cap fund now?
Yeah, see, first thing I agree with you, because 50 lakh for retirement will not be sufficient, I feel. So definitely you should increase your target considering inflation. Second thing, portfolio, all the schemes are good. You have good exposure in large cap, mid cap, everything. But as you also mentioned that a small cap you are missing in your portfolio. So I suggest you should add small cap only, and L&T Emerging Business Fund or HDFC Small Cap Fund can be a good choice. So invest in this, and amount also you'll have to increase time to time to achieve your target.
Okay, so Rajesh, I hope that works for you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
All right, all the very best. Up next, we have a query from Santosh HP, who's on the line with us from Qatar. So Santosh, hi, good afternoon to you out there. And first up, thanks very much for watching the show even in Qatar. What's your question?
Yeah, hi Sumaira. Hi Sumaira, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm an NRA and I'm 26-year-old. And first of all, I would like to say I'm a big fan of all CNBC anchor. Please say hi to all Sonia, Ekta, Anuj, Prashant, Mangala, Malu, D'Souza, all these people.
Definitely, I'll do that.
Okay, and coming to my question, I'm doing SIP 60,000 in L&T Emerging Business Plan from last 11 months. So, and I'm a very aggressive investor, and my time horizon is around 7 to 10 years.
Okay.
So, and I'm planning to start another 30,000 SIP in small cap fund only. So, kindly please suggest me any other good fund in the small cap fund only.
Okay. So, Santosh,
And my another question is there?
Go ahead.
Yeah. And another question is there any limit for NRIs to invest in the mutual fund? And what about the capital gain tax on mutual fund for NRIs?
Okay. Santosh, before we get to answering your queries, I have two quick questions for you. One is that I understand that you've come to the assessment that you're an extremely aggressive investor, but are these your only investments in mutual funds, or are you investing in direct equities, or is there some other investment that you have?
No, and I'm a part-time option trader. I'm not investing directly in the stocks.
Okay, okay. Pankaj, he looks to be a very savvy investor. Although he's only 26, he seems to have had quite an experience actually in investing. He's also an options trader. Therefore, for somebody who's already assessed their risk profile, is this the correct allocation that he has, which is primarily everything in a small cap fund at the moment, looking for a fresh investment in another small cap fund? What would you advise?
Sumaira, see, you should have allocation across the market capitalization. Higher risk does not mean better returns. See, there's a time when you see the large caps are outperforming other market capitalization. There is a time when mid caps are outperforming. So you should have allocation across the large cap, mid cap, small cap. And small cap, because there is limited research available for the stocks which are in small caps. So my suggestion that any investor should not have very high exposure. Your allocation 10 to 15% of your portfolio is a good recommendation. Means otherwise you should have large cap, mid cap, other and different styles also. Like there's a growth style, there's a value style in investment. So different kind of strategies where fund managers are applying, those kinds of funds should be in your portfolio. Now 60,000 already you are investing in a small cap. There is a quite big amount when you say that you don't have any other scheme in your portfolio. If you want to invest in small cap only at your risk, then SBI small cap or Reliance small cap fund can be good choice. But my suggestion that you should go for mid cap fund now. And in mid cap, again, L&T mid cap fund is a good choice. You can invest in that. HDFC mid cap opportunity fund, that can be a good choice. So my suggestion is mid cap, you should add. But if you want to go for a small cap, then I have suggested you two schemes. You can go with either of them. Coming to capital gain, now long-term capital gain is taxable on the amount exceeding rupees 1 lakh. See, profit up to rupees 1 lakh will be exempted. Any amount exceeding rupees 1 lakh will be taxable at 10%. Whether NRIs or resident, it is same.
Okay. And Pankaj, just a word on, for NRIs who are looking to perhaps invest in India, how does this whole rupee weakness work for them? I mean, definitely, given that rupee is at 72, would you advise that at least NRIs at this moment can look at booking out profits and then making fresh investments? Or is that too small again?
See, again, depends on what your time horizon. If you're thinking very long, then I don't know whether it will work, it will in your favor or no. But if you are thinking to redeem after 6 months, it is better to redeem now, only you make more profit.
Okay. All right, Santosh, I was listening in. I hope you listened into that last bit as well, and I hope this advice works for you. Up next, a query coming in from Chirpreet Makhijan, who writes to us from Indore. He says he wants to start an SIP of 10,000 rupees for the next 20 years and wants advice on perhaps what are the funds he should be looking at. So, Pankaj, here's a 32-year-old professional. Looks like this is the first set of investment that he's making. So, 10,000 rupees, 20 years, how should he break it up?
See, 20 is a good time horizon. And equity will be the good asset class for this. But again, you should have one large cap fund, one mid cap fund, and one small cap fund you can invest. In large cap, ICICI Prudential Blue Chip Fund is a good, consistently performing large cap fund. You can invest in that. In mid cap, L&T mid cap can be good choice. And small cap fund, again, SBI small cap, you can include in a portfolio. So invest in 3 schemes and continue. Set your goal, but that is very important. When you set your goal, amount should be known to you that how much you want to accumulate, so that you can track the performance, that where you are going on that in the direction, how you're working on that.
Mathpal of Optima Money Managers is our expert this afternoon, and we have a query coming in. Prashant Sasidharan is on the line with us from Bahrain. Wow, Pankaj, it looks like all the NRIs seem to be calling in now. We have quite a bit of viewership, I think, in the Gulf. So, Prashant, hi, good afternoon to you. Thanks very much for watching our show there. And how can we help you?
Yeah, hi, good afternoon. Over a period, like from last 4 or 5 years, I've been investing in mutual funds. So, over a 4 or 5 periods time, I think, someone has just misguided me, I guess, because now I see my portfolio with around 18 to 20 mutual funds. So I want to actually get it down to maybe around 5 or 6 mutual funds, but I want to keep the monthly investment the same. My aim is to stay invested for another 12 to 15 years with a target of 15 crores. That's the idea.
Okay, so Prashant, you have a couple of things going for you. One is that you have a well-defined goal and you have assigned a monetary value to that. So it's easier to assess, therefore, how far along or far away you are from achieving that. Second is that you yourself have realized that your portfolio has become a little bit unwieldy because of the number of schemes that you have. So
right.
Good going on that front. And now Pankaj is going to help you out with the rest. Pankaj, what are the schemes from this current portfolio that he can retain?
Correct.
First of all, how many schemes should he have in total? And secondly, how does he get to it?
So I agree with him that 5 to 6 schemes would have been perfectly all right, but he has too many schemes. Now, if I see performance, I'm not saying that scheme which I'm suggesting him to exit are really bad, but still, because if you compare with within his portfolio,
You mean their place in his portfolio is not required?
So DSP, small cap fund, IDFC Focus Equity Fund, L&T India, large cap fund, UTI Multi, asset fund. These 4 funds, at least you should cancel your SIP immediately. And then again, you have more than one scheme in the same category. But these 4 schemes first you exit. And if I say that for addition of these schemes, you want to add more. So ICICI Prudential Value Discovery Fund, which is a value-oriented fund that you should add in your portfolio. And again, one mid-cap fund he should add.
L&T mid-cap fund.
L&T mid-cap fund will be a good choice for you.
Okay, and Pankaj, but this will still not, bring down the number of schemes in his portfolio considerably. I mean, you require a heavy heart. So
yeah,
how can...
so in that case, like you have 2 large cap funds. Now the question is, both the large cap funds are performing well. Then he will have to decision any one of these.
Okay.
Okay. So then choice can be like if you have other like mid cap or small cap from the same AMC, so you discontinue one of them. But otherwise, performance-wise, there is no comparison. SBI is large cap. If you talk about SBI blue chip or ICICI Prudential blue chip, they are same schemes.
Yeah.
So when you want to take decision, it can be based on this thing that, like in a portfolio, if you have more schemes of one AMC, then you can.
So basically, the top 3 or 4 AMCs, the performance is pretty much the same.
Correct.
Look at the category that you want to remain invested in, and just choose the top performing fund
That
from
can be
there
one strategy.
or any one.
Yes.
Okay. So Prashant, I hope that works for you.
Yeah. I got an idea where I have to reduce, so that was very helpful.
Okay, do feel free to call in again if you need help, further help, because I think it will take a bit of time and effort before you can trim down your portfolio to its ideal size. But thanks much for calling in for the moment. Up next, we have Krishna Das, who's on the line with us from Kerala. Hi, Krishna. Good afternoon. First up, I hope that you and your family have been safe through the flood and that, as of now, things are getting back to normal. Having said that, how can we help you?
Hi, good afternoon. Thanks very much for the concern, and we are safe. We are living in a part where it is unaffected, but we were able to really save the affected people. So
that's good. That's good to hear.
Thank you. Yeah.
Tell us, how can we help you?
Yeah, I want to start an SIP in mutual funds, from 1,000 to 5,000 around that range, and it's for I hope it's for I want to continue for 10 to 20 years, really long term, and I don't want to invest in something which is a really good performer. I want something which is an average or below average, hoping it to perform it in future. So
Okay. Krishna, that's an interesting question that you have asked there. First up, you're only 25, so congratulations on getting started at just about the right time. It doesn't matter how small your investment amount is, but what matters is that you get off start your investments. So on that account, it's very, very good. But unfortunately, Krishna, I think mutual funds and stocks are invested in and behave very, very differently from each other. the past performance of a mutual fund has no bearing on the future performance as well. But Pankaj, your thoughts, and what are the schemes or one scheme that you would recommend?
See, when you say range of 1,000 to 5,000, it's a big range actually, because if you decide first that how much you want to invest, that will give you a clear idea that which schemes. But if you suppose you say 5,000 rupees, my suggestion will be again 3 schemes. One can be large cap, one mid cap, and one small cap. But small cap, say 1,000 rupees you invest in small cap fund, and large cap and mid cap, 2,000 rupees you can invest. That can be your portfolio. So again, depend on how much she wants to invest, because that's not clear. And don't have too many schemes. 2 to 3 schemes are more than enough. So in large cap, again, SBI Blue Chip or ICICI Prudential Blue Chip fund, good choice. And mid cap, L&T mid cap can be a good scheme, and small cap can be SBI small cap fund. So in these schemes you can invest.
All right, Krishna, all the very best with your investment journey. Adil Darvish is the next person who's on the line with us. He calls us from Mumbai. Hi, Adil, what's your question?
Yeah, hello. I've already sent my portfolio to you.
Yes.
Actually, I want to know that how much amount is needed to achieve my goal. And second question would be, how about my portfolio? Like, the number of funds are 7. So I want to know whether I should, reduce the number of funds or continue with my current funds, actually.
Okay, Pankaj, I'm just going to read out his goals. He has a goal for his daughter's education, for which he needs the money in 13 years, and he needs 70 lakhs there. For his daughter's wedding, he needs about 60 lakhs in the next 20 years. He also has a requirement corpus in mind, which is 4 crores at the end of 25 to 30 years. So easily his query is about 5.5 crores over 3 different time horizons that he needs to accumulate. At the moment, he has an investment which is spread over 7 funds, and I think it's close to what, about 12,000 a month, 13,000 a month.
Yeah.
Okay, is this enough? It looks to me like he's falling short on pretty much every goal.
See, if you calculate that same SIP every month, means we can consider calculating it. It will be something 50,000-60,000 rupees per month you will have to invest. Another strategy is that you start investing with a smaller amount, but keep increasing it year after year. In that case also, because increasing every year may not be possible more than 10%, because when your income increases, your lifestyle also increases, and we usually take 10% increment every year. So from now only, means you should increase it, and try to increase every year. That is one. 7 schemes, say, if you increase the scheme, the amount which you want to increase in the existing scheme only you should, don't add any other scheme. In the existing scheme, you add the fund. And his funds, if you can tell me that which all funds are there.
Yeah, he has the Axis Long-Term Fund, Invesco India, Contra Fund. He has the Mirai Asset India Equity Fund, Kotak Standard Multi-Cap, ICICI Pru Value Discovery, Mirai Asset EM Blue Chip, and DSP Small Cap.
See, scheme-wise, all are good. DSP Small Cap, if you say in this category, there are better performing small cap funds. You can think about it. And otherwise, all schemes in your portfolio are good.
Okay, Adil, I hope that advice works for you. Unfortunately, the investment that you're making is it's going to fall significantly short of the goals that you have in mind. So as you go along, do try and increase your investment amount, or else you'll have to reconsider the goals that you have. But thanks much for calling in. I hope this works for you. Pankaj, thanks very much for your advice this afternoon, and thanks very much for guiding our young investors, a lot of them.
Pleasure.
On that note, we'll wrap up on MF Corner and hand it back to Mangalam for a check on the market.